Conference of Dreams 2.0. I wrote that down on the top of the notepad as a joke. Like before we started, because like Russell's wrote like all these things on the top where we were at the time, and I just wanted to be silly about it. So let's react to that. Does anyone want to go?
Yeah. I don't know if I should apologise or not, but last year, everyone I didn't see the Sony press conference. Everyone kept going about this. Oh, it's Conference of Dreams. I was like, I watched the Microsoft one, and it was like they just machine gunned all the games, and it was like that was the best press conference. And in my mind, that Sony always kind of slightly reacting. That's like, oh, we've got 3 games which are going to come out in the future. We won't say when, and they're going to be so awesome it'll blow your mind. And everyone's like, oh, blow their mind over these 3 games. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I didn't really take the whole Conference of Dreams thing very seriously. I didn't see Microsoft this year. It's the opposite way around. I saw like the last few minutes, and then I saw the Sony one, which was weird. I think we can all agree that began in a weird way. The orchestra.
I mean, it wasn't Ubisoft level weird, but an orchestra just randomly playing, as I wrote down, super creepy, intense orchestra. What is happening? Help! And then Bear McCreary when I realised who it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I can kind of understand what you're going about the Conference reviews, because part way through that, I think 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah.
See about where we're looking. Just point.
Around about there, I was kind of like
about just over halfway.
Yeah, about halfway. I was like, if I had the spare cash, and I was actually trying to think, is there actually space on my desktop for a PS4?
Yes. Yes, there is.
I don't have the money for that, especially given the amount of VR titles.
In response to that, I'm thinking of never getting an Xbox One and getting possibly a PlayStation 4 in the future, as all the games I really want to play on the Xbox One.
You can get on your PC.
I can play on my PC.
Yeah, it does seem like a bit of an own goal now. After that, so let me just follow up before we get into game by game. Mm-hmm. How did everybody find the PlayStation 4 conference?
Who would like to go first? That's the question.
Well, I underlined Conference of Dreams several times.
So we know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I started doing that like probably about here. So like not even a quarter of the way through.
Most impressive conference.
Easily.
I thought Xbox had definitely the best one.
Like Xbox had a good conference.
They had a good conference. No, it was good.
It's not to take anything away from Microsoft.
No, yeah, it was definitely a good conference. But this blew us away.
Yeah, I can't wait to see like the reactions to this video back over again.
The thing, it's not like last time either, because a lot of these have release dates in the very near future.
So,
well, you know, there was
the first ones.
I mean, that does.
A lot of them was just in development at the end.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, that Hideo Kojima one's going to be in development for a bit.
Well, we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. I wish I'd taken this a little bit more seriously now.
Yeah, see, that's why I wrote everything down.
So, well, no, I wrote everything down. I was a bit snippy at a certain point until I realised what was happening. So let's get into the games, having agreed that this was indeed the Conference of Dreams 2.0. So God of War came first. That was the first moment. That was the first of many moments where I just went, fuck. As soon as Kratos stepped out of the shadows, it was like, oh my god.
We're trying to get out, at least I was trying to guess from the music what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and then it was, is that actually Christopher Judge?
I don't know, we'll have to find out. I'm in that space where it's like, I've said this like all the time on the podcast, where it's like, cause I know PS3 things like God of War passed me by. Yeah. So I wouldn't have got it from the music, but like Kratos is such a recognizable character.
Even I got that.
Yeah. How did everybody find the demo that they played? Because it was
interesting.
Gameplay.
Yeah, interesting.
Especially what you noted about the XP.
Yeah,
where it's
so
the kid.
I noticed that as you're going through the demo level or whatever it is, the intro, or beginning of the game, whatever they've chosen, you whenever the child did something, for instance tracking or archery,
get your butt out of the camera.
For instance, when the child finds the tracks and then runs off to go find the deer, it said 20 XP on tracking.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, what's his name?
Kratos.
Sorry,
Wasn't tracking.
because I'm not a big God of War fan. I don't know this information.
Give it
Although, really, I think maybe I should have a look into these games.
Kratos, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, he's older, wiser, and is obviously a hardened warrior. So,
He's got a beard now.
yeah, exactly.
So he's obviously.
So the
all
child,
Spartans should have beards.
the child getting that XP, it makes the most sense. And then again with the archery, the 50 XP in the archery. So I'm guessing again that's it's XP for the kid.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like.
Being stabbed by a cat.
It feels like being stabbed by a cat. It felt like, I mean, I was surprised, and I noted this several times while we were watching it, that I'm surprised that Kratos didn't like fall off the cliff when he was fighting the troll.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, when they took the white stag down, something didn't just like jump up, like that dragon that was in the distance. Which is like, oh fuck, there's a dragon in the distance.
Smoke did a flyby.
Yeah, just a quick flyby. But yeah, it feels like that it might not necessarily be Kratos being the main character, which makes sense if they're changing like the god pantheon. Maybe they'll change the
god who's
the character.
The protagonist.
A Spartan and a Viking
Yeah.
drama.
Well, I mean, Kratos can pretty much punch out any god at this point, so you know, you could go after Asgard, I suppose. So then, right, I don't know how to do this because then it was Bend. Finally, like a year and a half of like listening to rumors about it, which was Days Gone. So I'm guessing they changed the title of the game at some point because it was leaked as Dead Don't Ride, and there was a trailer after God of War, and then there was obviously the gameplay at the end. So I didn't really actually remember the trailer from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's like saying he's remembering some old girlfriends.
Yeah.
So there's like outposts with like people in them, and it's like him and his brother, and they're traveling on by motorbike, and basically like kind of like I don't know. It was mostly just like survival, you know.
Yeah, it's like
It kind of like set up what you'd see like for the zombies and stuff. You could see the cedar suits.
Yeah, there was
At one
one.
point.
We'll keep the gameplay until the end.
Yeah, there was one scene in the trailers
I mean,
where
actually, in the trailers.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
one scene in the trailers where he sees like a van with like some guys in hazmat suits, and something's
I
going
remember
terribly
that,
wrong.
Yeah.
And he's watching it from distance, and his girlfriend on the back of a motorcycle, and
That was the end of the trailer.
yeah, and
I mean, it
kinda
is
like-
probably the open world horror
Yeah.
game that we heard about, like
yeah,
that I'd heard about beforehand. Yeah, I mean that was great. Last Guardian,
yeah,
nice little quick little trailer just to say October 25th, 2016. Tom. So that's not far away. Seemed like there might be enemies in that game.
like an old like a bad
Yeah, like it was like the same
same
ish sort of
creature, but like dark.
Yeah, but
Kinda like
dark and coming to like fuck some shit up,
Mm.
basically. So it might not necessarily just be a puzzle game,
No.
which I don't know why that surprises me because Shadow of the Colossus was obviously the last game that was a boss fight game, basically. And Eco I never played, but there was shadow creatures or something in that, so I assume there was
Yeah, there
some
was
kinda combat in there. And then there was Future Game of the Year, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, and that was really
And
good.
that was a good game. That was another
Yeah.
just straight up gameplay.
Yeah, straight up gameplay demo with interaction with other NPCs and
Yes,
voice
other humans.
yes, other humans, and taking control of the
Yeah,
robotic
crazy, yeah.
dinosaur, robotic creatures,
Didn't
getting
see
that-
dinosaurs. It was
getting that mount.
Yeah, that was cool that it wasn't just robot dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It looks like some sort of or like a big
like an
kind of
elk or
broad
something,
elk.
or like something along those lines.
An elk would be more like the thing we saw in Kratos. That looks more like the proto cows. big
like an
balls.
ox,
Yeah.
an oxen.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by the lore,
Mm.
potential lore.
Yes,
Horizon
it's
Zero
going to be an interesting.
The law
why
seems weird to me. I'd have to read about it.
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be,
one of
it'd
those.
be interesting to see why
Yeah,
like-
where did all these robots come from?
I was struggling with that ancient looking robot which was corrupting the others.
Yeah, Yeah.
Like that looked very modernized
Yeah.
in comparison to
The ones.
the creatures that you saw while he was going through the actual map.
Yeah.
Effectively.
I mean, as far as the gameplay went,
And I tell you what, that fucking bossy looking
the actual the creature, the fight,
the demon, whatever it was
Yeah.
named as, its attacks were freaking awesome. Like
that whole sequence was
like it did so many different things. It wasn't just simple, like you know you like.
It wasn't just like 2 or 3 moves that you learn. And
you kind of learn the pattern.
That's
and
it.
you go,
Yeah.
No, this had like freaking 10 or so different attacks.
You know what it looked like? It looked like, and this is gonna sound a bit weird because it's a video game, but it looked like how a fight with a robot
might actually happen in real
It
life.
had that one attack that would spam a lot, which was the jump attack.
Yeah.
And then it would do lots of stuff around
it
that.
had like that tail attack. It threw a rock.
It fired
laser or some missiles or something.
Freaking laser.
Fucking
freaking head.
Freaking lasers on it.
And
yeah, but it wasn't just like the jump wasn't necessarily the attack. It was like the jump was just to get, it was like traversal. It was just to get close to Aloy.
Yeah.
So you could like
close the distance.
Hurt her, yeah. And then obviously she used the rope caster and stuck him to the ground and blew him up. But like, on the one hand, it's not anything massively different from the 2 demos that we saw last year at E3 in Paris, where it was just like the same thing put together. But at the same time, it still looks fucking sweet.
No, it looks like a good game. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why, maybe I might get a PlayStation next year.
Yeah, February it's coming out.
Yeah, so maybe I might get it round about then, maybe. Who knows?
They didn't do that hardware.
No, they didn't.
It was associated with that,
fuck. Yeah, I think they might have just sold a shitload of more PlayStations. Like, Detroit was next. This was weird. This was an interesting one for me.
Is that Detroit Becoming Human?
Detroit Become Human, yeah. They showed it off Paris Games Week last year with that Jennifer Lawrence
style
looking character. And then this demo was a completely different character. In a similar sort of situation, because obviously Jennifer Lawrence was like a robot. And then this guy, Connor, I think you said his name was.
His name was Connor.
Yeah, he's obviously a robot as well. And like obviously there's like little gameplay stuff which we'll get into. But that was strange to me because like we now showed 2 different characters potentially going down a similar sort of story path.
Right.
So are you just selecting a male or a female protagonist like doing a lot of different games, or are there 2 different stories?
It might be a bit like what we've got Hitman Untitled, where you've got different levels, or you can do them multiple different ways, so you can get multiple different outcomes. Because you saw how many outcomes are coming up on
there
there.
was shitloads of outcomes.
So each one might be a different, but with a different character.
Yeah.
So the anthology you're mentioning.
I don't really care, to be honest, because it looked good
either way.
Yeah, like however they choose to do it, I'd be still willing to play. That wouldn't affect my decision on.
I mean, obviously, Heavy Rain had multiple protagonists as well. Fahrenheit had multiple protagonists, so it's like it's within Quantic Dream's wheelhouse to have more than one main character.
For that particular scene, like gameplay footage that we saw, or video footage, whatever it was.
Yeah.
The decision making must be epic, and
I mean, it's like the amount of different decisions that can happen, but that was cool just seeing like each one like iterate.
Like it was so but you could imagine, because there was different sections. So for instance, like when he asks him if he's got a gun, and he's the option yes, no. But at the same time, there's the option when he walks towards the dead police officer on the ground
to not even bother picking the gun.
And then there's the whole. So what if you choose? Yes, I got a gun, but I'm going to touch this dude. But what if you then turn around and said, well, different game times, you play it a second time around? What if you said, well, no, I won't touch the dude, and but yes, I've got a gun. So like you swap it around. What if you like
there's
who
like
knows?
A lot of different combinations.
Like we might not even have seen all of the different kind of endings for that particular scene.
Yeah.
There could be like 10 endings or something for that particular scene.
It seemed like there were a lot.
There was at least 5 from what they showed on the end.
And showed that sort of almost
like because they had on the kind of like planogram layout, like tree kind of layout.
Yeah, I like it. It's the same with any David Cage game. I'll be excited for it until I get to play it.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then the 4 buttons to walk forward.
Well, we've pared it back a bit then. So, right. So here's where things so that's a good conference so far. That was only probably about 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
Bethesda.
Yeah, like that was like fucking just bam, 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 bam. There's your 4. There's your 5.
Take a page out of Microsoft books.
Big first party or second party exclusive PlayStation 4 games. So this is where my mind started getting blown and I never really recovered, because before Kitchen was the literally the words that came up, and so I'm sitting there going, oh bollocks, because I remember playing Kitchen and it was horrifying. And then they did the demo, and then the walking through the house, and this is obviously a PlayStation VR title. And then I'm like, yep, that's the kitchen. Or but now we're walking through the rest of the house, and then I'm not quite sure when it just suddenly just decided, oh, by the way, this is Resident Evil.
It was right at the end after it kind of blacked out, kind of.
Yeah, it kind of blacked out, and you saw the numbers in Resident Evil, and so.
Yeah, this is Resident Evil.
Yeah, not the Resident Evil you wanted, but or predicted, but at the very least,
maybe not, because that house looks big enough possibly to be a mansion. How did you end up in that house? How did the person who rang you to warn you they're going to kill you know where you were when you've just woken up on the floor? It could be a reboot. It could be something brand new, a bit like the island.
I suppose so.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they wouldn't copy the story of Resident Evil page for page.
We don't know yet, because it didn't say anything cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was that cool. It was the smoke and mirrors thing of. It was amazing, as a reveal, but it didn't really give you much apart from that. It was Resident Evil, and the 2 main takeaways, which was one, Kitchen was like a fucking prequel or some kind of tie into Resident Evil, which is mental. As someone who's actually played Resident Evil Kitchen, that's insane to me. I still haven't reconciled that in my brain. And 2, the whole thing's on PlayStation VR.
Yeah, that was the crazy bit. Yeah.
my whole thing for the PlayStation VR is further down the list.
Well, this is just the start. This is that was the start of my mental and physical deterioration.
It was the roller coaster
of just
yeah, we climbed the high. We're now going to go speeding down.
Now it's just what? So after that, obviously they came back out. Alexandria House came back out. Oh, was it Sean Layton? I heard Sean Layton. Things started getting foggy. He came back out October 13th, North America. PlayStation VR headset. Didn't confirm a European release date for it. No. Which kind of sucks, because he kind of chose his words carefully, but maybe he just said North America because it's a North American press conference.
Yeah. Or maybe they decided to, as they only have a certain amount of consoles, prioritise North America as opposed to Europe.
Maybe. I mean, they've obviously got pre-order numbers at this point. I mean, October is the date that we have for the worldwide, so maybe it's just a couple of weeks. Staggered, maybe not. We'll find out. 50 games in development. It is a few of them. A few we already know about. Few we didn't. In fact, the ones that were on stage, we didn't really know about any of them at all. And
that's a lot to keep under your hat.
They did a good job of keeping stuff under their hat. But so the next one was Farpoint. So that was kind of like the come down from the Resident Evil moment.
Farpoint was the
science fiction
first person wandering across a planet with weird flying drones from looks
like. When I started seeing that and giving the environment mods, I thought it was like Mass Effect, because you saw it.
That's what I remember saying it out loud. Is this Mass Effect?
Yeah, and I was like, is this Mass Effect? Because he had mentioned the idea of them doing the Destiny with it, and I'm like, they're going away from third person cover. They can't be doing that now.
No, I just meant with the multiplayer stuff. But it's Farpoint, and Farpoint, I feel kind of a little bit sorry for it, because I think it's VR stuff. It's getting overshadowed, and it did look kind of cool. Something I would definitely look at.
I'd look at that and possibly give that a go. Once I learn more about it.
Something to keep an eye out for sure. So then Star Wars Battle for an X-Wing happened. And fair play for that one, because I thought you were a lunatic for suggesting that.
Yeah.
As a prediction.
It's X-Wings. What was it?
It was Battlefront X-Wing VR.
Fire mission.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
something like that. It is the add-on, because they were talking about a place like at PSX last year. They were talking about a PlayStation VR add-on for Star Wars Battlefront, but nobody knew what it was. Everyone just assumed because it's a first-person shooter, it's going to be a first-person shooter thing.
Like, I will say this, because I can't, at this point in time in my head, I can't remember exactly what I said for my prediction, but I'm almost certain, like 99%.
You're getting the point for it either way.
It's like, I'm sure I mentioned, but maybe like it's like an add-on for Battlefront.
You're getting the point for it either way, purely because of the fact that I thought you were mental when you said it.
Well, there you go.
And now it happened. If you'd added VR onto the end of that sentence when
It
you
would
were
have been-
predicting it, I would have had you committed.
And lo and behold, it's VR.
Yeah.
It's VR. I mean, it's like, yes, your prediction was cool, and yes, I was like, yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I don't
Your
want to
prediction
go
was amazing,
too
but
crazy.
just
with
like
all-
put you
Yeah.
in the mindset of someone who's just been told that they're going to be able to play a Star Wars X-wing fighter mission in virtual reality. There's a possibility of a trench run in VR. Yep.
So happy that came up though.
So then Keith got this one before anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't believe him. I think I refused to
I
believe
think I was
what your
I-
eyes were telling
I think
me.
I was only a second or so
It
behind
was
Keith.
It was Mark
It
Hamill
was
started talking.
because I said it can't be sort of like
Yeah.
And I was on this other ear going, no.
Yeah, Arkham.
because no oh that was Batman.
Batman
Yeah,
Arkham.
Batman.
Oh, this one.
Batman Arkham VR. Now again, Smoke and Mirrors, we don't know anything about it. Other than this. Mark Hamill seems to be reprising his role as the Joker in this whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's VR though.
It's VR. It's being according to the credits that came up at the end of the teaser trailer, it's being made by Rocksteady.
Yeah. I noticed that. I was like,
PlayStation VR exclusive.
It's gonna be cool.
And yeah, I'll take any Mark Hamill
yeah, Mark
Joker
Hamill.
roles I can get,
Good
because
choice.
he is the best Joker. Internet. Then, while we're still on the subject of VR, Final Fantasy 15
Yeah.
has a VR experience.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Where you play.
One of the characters
One of the
I think
alternate
I think it's
characters.
the blue one. The blonde one. Sorry.
with a gun and shit. And it looks like a first-person shooter thing. Wasn't too keen on that, but at the same time, it's like, wow, they're making a VR experience of Final Fantasy 15. That's big.
Definitely.
Might experience similar amount of money they spent on that game.
Ha! They're just gonna have to like iterate on Final Fantasy 15 so much, so cheaply, and just try and make some money back. Well, it's like there was more to that, but whether that's actually part of Final Fantasy 15, or it's a separate thing that you can get.
Personally, I feel it'll be, if it's not in with the PlayStation game when you buy it,
Yeah.
then it'll be like a separate add-on or a separate thing, a game effectively.
I just want to point out, like we've talked about a lot of games so far,
Yeah.
and they're all PlayStation 4 games. That's it.
Yeah.
So these aren't anything you can get anywhere else. Because the next one is. So that's the last point
Yeah.
I can actually make this. Because
It's Call of Duty, isn't it?
it's Call of Duty.
We
We had some trouble placing this game.
Yeah, it was like
when they were walking through the ship, it was only when they got into the fight and it launched. I was like, "That's Call of Duty."
Yeah, it was one of those where it was
Yeah,
like
Keith
it
said
was
it
only when
first.
he said it first again. It was only when they got out and they started shooting that I recognised.
I started seeing
The
more
gameplay.
of it. The gameplay.
I suddenly remembered Halo Reach when they did fighting mission, and then I remembered Major Tom thing where you see them fighting on the ground, then they go up into space.
There's some cool aspects in this Call of Duty, like
It was cool. It looked cool. I know it's going to get a lot of hate. And I know we're probably going to get a lot of hate for liking it, but
no, that grappling hook is fucking awesome.
that grappling was cool.
Grappling
But-
hooks appear to be the thing for the C3.
Yeah,
There's,
it's gone from bows and arrows.
there are
to
a few
grappling
of them.
hooks.
There's grappling hooks
The
and
Dishonored.
Titanfall.
The Dishonored Arm,
Yeah.
which is more or less a grappling.
Dishonored, Armored, grappling hook, and this, and
Is there anything with grappling hook?
there is actually. There's the one in the Horizon.
There's
the hook it down at the ground.
there's another glorified grappling hook that we'll save for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So that happened, and like it's fine. Like I'm looking for a Battlefield. and I'm interested in Call of Duty, it's okay to like both.
Mm-hmm.
Amazingly enough.
They're doing something completely different from each other.
Yeah, which is nice actually. You know what I mean?
Remastered.
There's also Modern Warfare
Remastered, yeah, which was one of my favourites.
But it was the Call of Duty game.
Mm.
That was something else. That's probably one of my favourite first-person shooters ever.
Mm. Love playing that. Love playing that non-stop.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've actually played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
I played at yours.
Well, talk about going out on top.
I mean, I watched Black Ops when you played it.
Yeah.
And I
decided.
decided.
Yeah, that was even I didn't like Black Ops that much.
Oh no, that was Medal of Honor. Yeah, I was trying to think if I'd played any of the early ones.
Well, the early Medal of Honor. That's fine. I thought you.
Yeah.
So we all got on COD.
Yeah.
We got the COD out.
Well, put it this way, if I do end up getting a PlayStation 4, I will get COD probably. And I do like how it looks, and I do like how it's got zero-G fighting in it. It's got a variety of different things that really appeal to me at this moment in time. So.
Making use of the far future setting that they've got, which is nice.
Yeah,
it's not just COD, but like
there's like anti-gravity grenades and all sorts.
There's
some
some cool stuff in there.
Yeah. Anti-gravity grenades appear to be in a few things as well.
There was that anti-gravity gun or something in Titanfall.
And the grenade.
I'd have to look back over this because obviously it's been a whirlwind like couple of days where I've slept for like 3 hours. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Battlefield 1 week, and then the next week we're gonna get Titanfall, and then the next week we're gonna get Call of Duty.
Fucking hell.
Pretty sure that's how it's shaken out. Just like from my memories of what they've said is coming out when. So like, if you're a first-person shooter fan, you're fucking set at the end of October, beginning of November.
Oh yeah, because I remember when Titanfall comes out, because that's also when Civ 6 comes out.
Yeah. So it's just after, because Civ 6 comes out the same day as Battlefield. So, right, this is where I start losing my grip on reality, because this is where Sean Layden walks out with a slightly, shall we say, weird shadow.
Yeah.
That looks very, very fucking familiar.
Recognizable.
And I'm trying to confirm with Keith that
this
is actually happening.
You haven't had some sort of fit.
And he had to make a reference to the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like he knew what he did.
He was totally teasing everyone when he put that on originally.
15 minutes earlier, you'd said, "Okay, I forgive him for the t-shirt."
Yeah.
That was after probably Resident Evil. I was like, I forgive you for the t-shirt now. My mind is still blown about that kitchen thing. But
it wasn't a new game.
It wasn't a new game, no, but it is the Crash remastered.
The
original games remastered. And 9 times out of 10, you only remaster a game when you're making a new one. I'm just saying. Quantum remastered their games. We got Detroit.
But it is coming out Skylanders. So
Crash is going to be in Skylanders.
So, like, it's not a new game, but it is a new feature, like a new Crash Bandicoot thing.
Is that the only Toy Life game which hasn't announced it's going to be? Because Infinity one's shutting down.
Disney Infinity shutting down. We still got Lego Dimensions, which just announced a ridiculous amount of extra content for the next year.
I bet.
And then Skylanders, which is obviously still going strong. The Crash thing, I can't believe we haven't done it. I can't believe I've never put 2 and 2 together and realised that this is something that they should do, because Activision own Crash and Skylanders. It just makes perfect sense to put Crash and Skylanders.
Crash is kind of old school though, and
Spyro's kind of old school.
Yeah.
Spyro.
But the thing is, because now they're bringing out all the old games, kids will be able to play it, and they'll then realise that Crash Bandicoot is a great game.
Yep.
Especially when it's remastered, and then it'll allow them. I don't know, when did they say it was coming out? The Crash Bandicoot remasters?
They didn't.
They didn't.
As far as I'm aware.
Right. I'm just thinking, because obviously, because Crash Bandicoot comes out, Skylanders later on in this year.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget it's a new expansion for Skylanders. Is it called? I think Imaginators.
Yes.
That's me make your own.
Yeah. Because you create your own Skylanders.
Imagine your own, because they saw pictures and drawn it, but then you see them like piecing together in a sort of Frankenstein monster way.
I think maybe you end up drawing it, and maybe you can then swap bits around, and maybe I noticed there was a lot of different, like there was some parts that were same, but then again, I don't know. Who knows? I don't play Skylanders. I don't know how that would
No.
Skylanders already has something called Swap Force, where you swap the top half and bottom half
So
of
that's
different characters.
possible what we were
I
seeing.
think they're just doing that now with like the whole like legs, bodies, arms, head.
Yeah. I imagine there's other people at this point who are just like getting frustrated that we're spending so long talking about Skylanders
Yeah,
and they're like,
'cause
get
they
to
don't
the
like
good
to-
stuff.
Yeah, get the good stuff.
So next it was Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, which was funny. It was
funny. There's comedy moments like
And
that.
it's like every Lego game. It makes me laugh, but I wouldn't want to play through
Yeah.
to get to those points.
But it's kind of obvious that was coming though.
Yeah, I didn't think we would see it on any press conference stage.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
I obviously knew it was going to be at E3 because it's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they dropped the. Sony did one of their usual moves where you can get the demo on PlayStation 4 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to drop one in at every press conference. I think it's contractual. Maybe. Who knows? So let's turn this page and see what it says next. Where it just says, well, do you want to read that?
Kojima. Sam.
Yeah. I thought I'd better add the respectful thought in there. So yeah, Andrew House walks back out on the stage. Shut up. Andrew House walks back out on a stage, and he introduces a legendary game developer. You know, he's being coy
On top
about
of
it.
a giant stairs,
Yeah, the stairs were a
which
nice touch.
light up as he comes down.
But it was like, yeah, he was being coy about it, but everybody knew what he was talking about because people were losing their shit well before he finished talking. And then, yeah, what was it called? Death Stranding.
No, Death Standing. Or is it Stranding or Standing?
Stranding.
I'm
Might
sure
be
it's Standing.
I was
Death
having
Standing.
moments.
Because he was the only one standing in there.
There was,
sure it's Death
there was
Standing.
5 individuals standing in midair, and I was thinking some of the more biblical.
I think it was more along for the,
Let's not
the
say
protagonist and
Let's mention who the protagonist was, and what connections can be drawn from the fact that we now have a second teaser from Hideo Kojima, which ends with Norman Reedus turning and facing the camera.
Yeah. With a scar down his belly.
And
Like
a
a cross.
thing.
Yeah, he had these sort of imprints all over his skin. So
Kind of like
well, it was like
marks.
the handprints because they were following the prints towards him and then around him and then they were on his arm, but they were like appearing as it went. I don't think it's one of those trailers where I don't really want to read too much into it because I think it might. I genuinely believe that Kojima's games are the demented works of a lunatic.
It makes me scary shit.
Yeah, even Metal Gear Solid, like, just fucking what?
I hope it with silent,
Quiet.
quieter. Yeah.
Don't say silent and Kojima in the same sentence.
This video will get banned.
And we will all be imprisoned to work in the Konami salt mines. If we repent,
That's not salt.
Yeah. So Kojima. So like Kojima came out, he did his thing. It was Norman Reedus. Immediately my mind is flashing back to PT.
Yeah.
Because that's Norman Reedus.
Yeah,
All that
we
stuff.
all
So I'm
see
not
that.
really with it. And the way Andrew House was talking when he introduced Kojima, that was the last thing. Oh, by the way, like, props for Kojima's first words. I'm back.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So I wasn't really with it. And like, I thought that was the end of the conference.
Yeah.
So when there was stuff going on, and there was like noise in my ear where I was wearing the headphone, I wasn't really paying attention to it because I was like just brain dead. And then like there's stuff happening, and he just says it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
To which my response is, because I wasn't paying attention, was like, wait, what?
Like I basically at that moment in time, it was like a view top of the city as you're coming above, like over the buildings towards like a street.
And he's just going about
and
how
there's a
people
voice
sing
on, and Keith picked up on that it was Spider-Man, but I also picked up on a Spider-Man, and probably if you've watched the YouTube,
And I was just away.
it was just like
AFK.
like no way, like Tom's gonna get one.
Yeah.
Kinda like
I wasn't thinking about Tom getting one. I was just like, fuck, they did it.
I know,
Crazy
but I
bastards.
was just like, sorry,
just-
Tom.
I just wish I'd put my prediction that I mentioned to you about the fact that PT was cancelled.
Oh.
Allison Road was cancelled because they're doing something.
I don't like. There's no way I could have awarded you that point because I don't know, and we don't know if that's the case. And like, does it have anything to do with PT? Probably not. I imagine Konami would rather burn themselves to the ground at this point, but it might do.
Yeah,
that's the best I've been able to give you for that one. But yeah, the Spider-Man. I looked at the screen just in time to see it was Insomniac.
Yeah.
Which is like, get in. I love Insomniac. They're brilliant. And really nice people. So
then Spider-Man appears on.
Yeah, it's weird that Spider-Man is written in someone else's handwriting. It's almost like I couldn't
function
hold
anymore.
a pen anymore.
Yeah.
At
I mean,
that point.
You could you might be able to guess from like the way the camera was moving across the screen that was going to be Spider-Man. But the way it was just to say the only way you could be more Spider-Man would be him saying, "With great power comes great responsibility."
Yeah.
Was that sort of thing? Was it sort of how people?
Well, no, I mean I got like because it still hadn't come up when you said it's Spider-Man. And I was like, no, it's not Spider-Man. Fuck, can't be Spider-Man. And then he just said, I'm just a kid from Queens, and I was like, fuck, it's Spider-Man. Jesus. So I kind of ended the conference the way I started, like, fuck. And then obviously it circled back around to Days Gone from Sony Ben, and we got a gameplay trailer that was
crazy.
Technically, from a technical standpoint, mind-blowing. So it's like, it's the setup, it's the suspense. He's wandering around the yard thing. He's looking for someone.
He's looking for his brother.
He's looking for his brother.
Or his mate, or
someone.
It's someone who.
Because it was the same. I remember seeing the motorbike when the two of them were on motorbikes. It was the same motorbike, so it was looking for his mate or his brother. I'm sure it's his brother.
He shouted brother, but I don't know if that's just sort of
that's
like when
a
I
gang,
said brother,
sort of like bro.
Because biker gang sort of.
Yeah, I like families.
And then when it all kicks off. Because he goes up on the roof. He's wandering around. You can hear them at this point.
Because he shouts out like, "Brother, you know how this is going to end." Yeah. And it sounds like he's pissed off at him about something. He gets out on the roof and then he sees all of those fuckers.
Yeah, and then obviously he gets tackled. His brother has fucked his leg up, so he just fucks off and runs. And about 50,000 zombies start chasing him.
It looked like the days.
It was probably in the region of like maybe 50 to 100.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was
from
more
a
than you
technical
normally see on
standpoint,
the
you're
screen.
looking at them all just pouring out, and it's like
they're not Left 4 Dead zombies.
No, they're not Left 4 Dead zombies. Like Left 4 Dead, like there's a whole like thing you can read about the trickery they use to make it feel like there's more zombies than there actually are. And there's only usually about 20 or 30 zombies on the screen. So it's the most the game can handle. Like legitimately look like there was potentially like more than 100 zombies charging.
And the environmental effects.
And all the environmental effects.
Yeah,
coming through windows. And
coming through the windows.
There was
a door at one point, a wooden door. And then when he slid the metal door shut and it was started denting in and stuff. Fuck, this looks good.
Then that.
And the stereotypical red barrels.
Broke. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the red barrel. He missed one red barrel though.
He did miss one red barrel.
Yeah, just it looked fantastic. And if everything that I've heard about the game for the last year and a half is to be believed, it's actually an open world game of some kind. It's a story driven thing. Yeah. It looks really good. Worth a year and a half of commenting like half rumours. But it wasn't called Dead Don't Ride. Oh well. Days Gone is just as good a title, I guess. So that was our experience with the Sony press conference. That was our experience with E3, the press conference
side of it. There's still probably a lot more to come.
There were no third parties
at
the Sony press conference.
No.
Like Aaron Boyes was like, I love Aaron Boyes. I missed him. Can we have another Sony press conference with just Aaron Boyes talking about third parties?
You might give an interview or something.
Hope so.
That you can read. I'll watch.
I hope so. And shoot. I was already to scream shoot at the screen and I never got my opportunity.
Yeah. Just the cat like, what?
I know he's there because I saw him tweet a picture of the plane.
Well, maybe he'll be doing a special interview standalone bit.
Maybe
I would imagine Edge is going to get an interview.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that was it. Any final thoughts on PlayStations and Sony?
Well, as I said, I think I said this before, just the beginning of our podcast. Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy a PlayStation 4, which I never thought I would say in my entire life.
They absolutely killed it.
Yeah, they absolutely killed it.
Unbelievable. I can't believe some of the
I'm
stuff
probably more skeptical about PlayStation than any of these two or anyone else that I know who play games.
I was really skeptical about.
And normally I prefer Xbox.
I mean, I'm like console neutral.
Yeah.
But these two make me look like a true believer as far as PlayStation 4 goes.
So the last Xbox I got was an Xbox 360, and I've never bought into anything.
Yeah,
new
generation. Yeah.
And forever since then. I was thinking, I'll buy an Xbox One, I'll be able to play some games. But now, it's just like, well, yeah, maybe I'll not buy an Xbox One because I can play all the games I want to play on my PC.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about that in relation to PlayStation 4 and the big wrap-up podcast we do at the end of the week. Because
I imagine there'll be more reveals.
I've got lots of complicated thoughts about that now. After seeing what PlayStation just did. Wait, any final thoughts? PlayStation related. I'm just really happy I've got a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation VR coming. I feel like because like the last 2 days before the PlayStation thing, we've seen all the VR stuff. Obviously, none of it was PSVR. A couple of things are coming out. I knew were coming out on PSVR, but there was a lot of HTC Vive stuff with Fallout 4 with Doom, and there's a lot of Oculus stuff. And I was thinking, have I backed the wrong horse here? Like, is it worth spending the extra money to get one of the PC ones? And now I'm just like, nah, fuck it, PlayStation VR. I'm having that.
The problem with me though, I know this isn't really PlayStation related, so I'll keep it short. Is I've got both. I've got my PC, and if I was to buy a PlayStation 4, I'd probably want to get the headset eventually. But there are games I also want to play.
Oh no, I mean I'm not saying
on PC.
PlayStation VR is better, but at the moment,
unless you could use the PlayStation VR on PC,
you probably will do at some point.
If that's the case, then I'm cool with that.
It's
so
like
I just want to buy two.
At the moment, it's like I can only buy one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I think I've made the right choice.
You're gonna go with the PlayStation.
Yeah. I think it's gonna sell reasonably well.
Hey, if I get to play some X-Wing Fighter or Battlefront, I'm good for that.
We did say that a lot. Even though they made the cheapest one, a lot of it's going to be based on the games that they've used.
It's
and
about
titles.
software. Yeah.
So far, seem really good. Depends what sort of how long the games are, like how good they are, or how well that goes. Because they may say it's like the Arkham Batman game, but if it turns out the experience is only 2 hours, which you can rush, then that's maybe not going to be as good. But if they're good proper games, that'd be cool.
I mean, it's always going to be quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And that is a debate we had recently on the Couch Score podcast.
Yeah.
There might be a lot of replayability out of it. You never know.
I mean, imagine
if it
it's
is shorter.
The
the X-Wing one. I can see a lot of replayability in that one.
But
maybe not the Batman one.
Resident Evil 7 though. Oh, 7.
Yeah.
We'll see what that actually shakes out as.
Yeah, because like you say, it's not that. Yeah.
So that's going to do it. Thank you. If you've been watching any of these videos either live immediately after we post them or in the future, for prosperity's sake, thank you very much. We are done doing videos until we do a podcast.
Done this week until the end of the week.
We're going to have a podcast coming out at 5 PM GMT on Sunday. And if you go to wordsaboutgames.net for the rest of the week, you're going to find more gameplay demos than you know what to do with. More links to interviews, more news. It's going to be great. E3 is not over yet, and neither is the prediction bingo.
Who knows? We might still get a Soul Calibur.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.